like I said, this was a one-time deal. And so what I decided to do at each of the end of the intervals was to have a party. Maybe that sounds kind of odd, but for the boys, they got to plan it. And our first party that we had was after chemo finished. And it was called the Boobies and Bonnets Party. And all the guests brought in a bra, and we brought Sprinkles cupcakes. The boys got a jumpy house. We had a snow cone machine. We invited all of their friends. It was a blast. Total sugar high for everybody. And it was just really special to celebrate with them. And also to put that, like, we were done with that part. We're finished with this chemo. Let's move on to the next thing. Other things that we did which were great, we planned a 3-day trip to Disneyland. And this was really encouraged by my entire treatment team. And I thank them so much for that. You know, other people I've spoken to were worried about going to movie theaters or, going to swimming pools. And my doctors were really adamant that, do what you feel you can do and what the boys can do. So, if you want to run a 10K and you feel up to it with your kids, do it. Which was really reassuring to me. Because if they didn't think I was going to die and they didn't think I should be sequestered, well, then I'm not going to do that either. We also did a fantastic 3-day group family camping trip in the Portola Redwoods State Park, which was just a blast. And I am wearing a scarf there, as you'll see. And then, now what comes next, and the importance for me and for all of us, because we're all here today for a reason, and finding community. And BCC has been a huge lifeline to me, which was mentioned in my introduction. I did a couple bike races, and the Grand Fondo was fantastic. And this ride, the 3-day ride that we did, Pink Outliers, and this is them. They're from Virginia. There's me, Mary's from Illinois, and Karen is from Florida. So it's a very odd experience to meet basically my diagnosis doppelgangers, right? We were all in this conference in Florida, supported by lovely Diane and BCC, offered me the chance to go, and we just instantly connected. Because we were all still in disbelief, too. We looked at each other, we went, well, no, you're strong. No, you're healthy. This is just weird. We all had kids, and we all needed an outlet. And we all needed to turn this into a different experience in some way. So we signed up in March to do this ride, not really knowing what we were getting into too much. 220 miles was hard. It just finished it 3 weeks ago, but I'm walking again, so obviously too hard. And if anybody would love to do a team BCC, let me know. It was exquisite, and to line up every morning and to look to the right of you, and there's a stage 4 breast cancer woman biking with you, beat me every single day. And to the left is a 26-year-old who had a full hysterectomy and a double mastectomy. And to ride through and along the California coast and see dolphins and the ocean spray hitting you, you just think, this is surreal. And even, the hill climbs. I think if I was with a different group of people climbing up an 8% grade hill, they'd be cursing, they'd think, God, we're so lucky. We get to do a hill climb. Let's do it again. Like, this is amazing, Just perspective changes. And all the new friendships that I've made, especially with the Young Women's Group at BCC, and the infallible Andrew Bella, who I'm not going to look at right now either, because, not only does she lead us, but she has 2 boys as well, and her son helped counsel my son through some of the treatment. So, I just, amazing community and group of women and supporters here that I cannot thank enough. So, here we go, right? All right, I'm almost a year now, right, out of treatment. Now I, have to make sure that I I remember things are different now. This isn't quite the same life that I had envisioned for myself. Just turned 33. And that's okay. And now I'm processing, right? So I said initially it was that 8 months of fog and getting through treatment and interval training and go, 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 you can do this. And now you're like, hang on, this is not my same body. And if I forget, I'm all scarred up. So I can definitely tell at the drop of a hat, this is not the same me that I was. And also, as our family unit now, I've changed. I am a mean mom now. And I think a lot of that stems from realizing my own mortality. And, well, no, you need to know that you open up a door for somebody. How could you not know that? You know, all these really important life lessons, I have to teach them in what feels like a condensed amount of time. Different days I feel different ways. So I don't want you to think I'm mommy dearest, but that is definitely now a part of my identity that I'm trying to figure out. You know, how do I make this both fun, but make sure that they know they have responsibility? You know, how you have to go to college. You know, like how do I make sure of all of this goes up? And I was just kind of going through life a couple weeks ago, and that week, for whatever reason, I ended up having 2 or 3 doctor's appointments in a row. And so my wonderful mom came over and was watching The Voice in the morning, and Demo said, why are you seeing the doctor again? So no, it's just a checkup. And he said, is the cancer back? And it was something I hadn't even considered, right? I'm just going to work every day, dropping them off, doing homework, and it really just stopped me in my tracks. And I said, no, I'm going to make sure that the cancer hasn't come back, and these are just checkup appointments. But, you know, I will always talk to you if you have any questions about that. But, you know, as life starts to pick up again, and duties start to pick up, and we have 2 soccer games today, by the way, so I can't stay for the whole day. But as life starts to pick up again, Sonia, it was, oh well, we'll just go through that. I don't know when that popped up. Just remembering for me to answer their questions and to hopefully preempt any issues that come up along the way. And if I ever forget what is important, I look at baby pictures, because my kids are the cutest kids in the world. Aren't they so cute? I'm sorry, that was, you know, when he was like 2 months old, and just, smiling, and Demo, big brother, always protecting his little brother, which is fantastic. Oh, and then my little clicker won't work either. Oh, there we go. Thank you, man in the sky. So like I said, you know, my survivor story is not about me at all. It's about all the people that propped me up and lifted me on their shoulders to get me to this place. And without them, I would not be standing here today in front of you all. And so this is my one way to sort of concretely, I actually started with this slide. When I wrote my presentation, this was my first slide that I wrote, because to visibly kind of acknowledge and thank everybody who supports us every day and makes us the strong people that we are and why we're here. So 2010 was very challenging, but overall, I'm so optimistic with what the future may hold. And, you know, thank you for being a part of my community, and thank you very much for